What's up, guys? Today's lesson is on a fish with a name you might remember from history class, the Napoleon fish. Now, if you guys clicked on this video because of a certain part of the thumbnail, before you comment, "Oh my god, this is so insensitive. Why would you clickbait that?" Let me just tell you, 1, it's not clickbait. It's true, just keep watching. And 2, I'm an ally, so please don't attack me. But now that I've addressed that, let's continue. The Napoleon fish is actually more commonly called the humphead wrasse, but I thought a fish named after Napoleon would get your attention better than humphead wrasse would. And it looks like I was right. Good job, me. Hey, thanks, man. The Napoleon fish's scientific name is Caelinus undulatus, also belongs to the family Labridae. In its family, it's the largest existing member today, and soon it won't be much of a surprise as to why. Just by themselves, Napoleon fish are one of the biggest reef fish in the world. They're usually around 2-ish feet long, but females specifically rarely grow over 3 feet, usually being smaller than the males. Now guess how long the longest Napoleon fish was and how heavy the heaviest Napoleon fish was. Got your guess? Or did you not guess at all? Well, either way, the longest Napoleon fish reported was 7.5 feet long, though this number is unconfirmed, so the longest confirmed Napoleon fish was around 6 feet long. As for the heaviest, one was reported to be 420 pounds. Is 420 still a funny number? Is it still part of the funny number group? I feel like both 420 and 69 have fallen off. They just don't hit like they used to, you know? And I wonder why. The reason why the Napoleon fish is called what it is because of the big hump on its head. The hump forms above its eyes and gets more pronounced as the Napoleon fish gets older. Apparently, it's supposed to look similar to Napoleon's hat. Do you see it? Because I don't. Looking at the Napoleon fish's body, it's also got some pretty thick lips, which kinda makes me a bit uncomfortable how human-like their lips are. Whenever I see a fish with lips like these, I always wonder how they evolved to develop such features. Did the ones with lips survive when those that didn't die? And if so, why is that even the case? Can having lips be more optimal for survival? Do I have nice lips? I don't know, just some food for thought. You might think that whatever color or pattern a Napoleon fish is born with is what it'll have for the rest of its life. But this isn't true. The coloration of the Napoleon fish actually changes throughout the course of their lives. Males and females also have sex-specific colors, so it'll be easy to spot if one's male or female once you remember what colors belong to each sex. For the males, they can be a blend of blue, light purple, or light green all over, and for the females, they're usually red-orange to gray with whiter bellies. But for both sexes though, they develop these squiggly patterns on their faces as they age, somewhat resembling the facial tattoos of the Maori people, giving them another name of the Maori wrasse. As for where they're seen, Napoleon fish are found throughout the warm waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, including the Red Sea. Being a reef fish, adults commonly live on lagoon reefs and steep outer reef slopes at depths of up to 330 feet deep, so pretty shallow compared to the other sea creatures I've talked about. During the day, they're active and looking for food, but at night, they'll rest inside reef caves and under coral ledges, making them diurnal fishes. It basically just means they're active during the day and inactive at night. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Now, while adults often live around the edges of reefs, juvenile Napoleon fish actually live in the reefs, especially among living staghorn corals which they can hide in and use as protection from predators. To be honest, I thought staghorn coral was just dead coral when I looked it up. Safe to say I was wrong. Whoops. Looking at its diet, when the Napoleon fish eats, it can actually end up being very helpful to its habitat. They can eat hard-shell invertebrates like mollusks, crustaceans, and sea urchins, which they're able to crush and eat. Now, how exactly do they do this? Well, by using their rough teeth that are fused together like a beak, the Napoleon fish is capable of piercing through their tough shells. Then, with a second set of teeth inside its throat, called pharyngeal teeth, it can grind its food further before swallowing it. Yeah, they have throat teeth, so what? But in order to reveal more hidden prey, they can also use their beak teeth to bite off branches of coral or blow jets of water to shake up sediment on the ocean floor, revealing any burrowing worms or mussels inside. In addition, they're able to eat some toxic sea creatures like sea hares, boxfishes, and most importantly, crown-of-thorns starfish which eat hard corals and can quickly destroy reefs. By eating this species of starfish, you can consider Napoleon fish to be heroes of the reef, playing an important role in maintaining the health of our ecosystems. Hooray for Napoleon fish. But unfortunately, not all heroes have happy endings, and the same goes for the Napoleon fish, which can be eaten by bigger reef fish like sharks. Wait, don't hate on sharks now. It's just how nature works. Sharks gotta eat too, you know. Don't worry, sharks. If the world hates you, then I guess it's me against the world.
Oh, why would I say that?
Now, while doing my research, half of the sources said Napoleon fish are mostly born female, but the other half said all of them are born female. I didn't know which one was true, so I went with telling you guys both just to avoid spreading misinformation. But what is true is that when female Napoleon fish reach the age of around 9 years old, some of them can actually become male, making them protogynous hermaphrodites. Yeah, that's right, we got trans fish now. Pretty cool, huh? Told you it wasn't clickbait. Being able to do this ensures that there will always be a male available to mate with sexually mature females, but once a Napoleon fish is born as or becomes male, they can't become female. Now what's crazy about this transition is that with this process, the female can become something that's actually called a super male. I'm not kidding. These super males are bigger than other males and have distinctly brighter colors. It's believed that these traits attract females to the super male, and you can also assume the longest and heaviest Napoleon fish were probably both super males too. Alright, now stay with me now. So basically what all this means is, not only do we have trans fish, but we have alpha male trans fish. Man, I love the ocean. You don't get cool stuff like this anywhere else. Anyway, as for the reproduction, Napoleon fish can gather in groups of up to 100 fish. As the males and females release their gametes into the water, the gametes fuse and fertilize, with the now fertilized eggs carried by the ocean current. Once the eggs hatch after some time, the Napoleon fish larvae will settle around coral reef habitats and begin to feed and grow, though most of them won't even reach their juvenile stage before being eaten. Womp womp. Those that do make it to adulthood, though, can live decently long lives, around 30 years. Now I'm sorry to ruin the good mood of the video, but it's time for some bad news. According to the IUCN Red List, the Napoleon fish is classified as an endangered species, which makes a lot of sense once you hear about the threats they face. Firstly, they've got slow reproductive rates despite living for a while, so we don't get more Napoleon fish that often. Secondly, their coral reef habitats are threatened by the consequences of human activity, including pollution and climate change. Thirdly, the Napoleon fish's meat is sought after, especially in Asia, leading to the overfishing of this species. Fun fact, their lips are considered to be a delicacy, being worth as much as $400 per pair. Not sure why they're so expensive though, probably just rich people things. But combining their slow reproductive rates, overfishing, and many threats to their coral reef habitats, it makes complete sense that the Napoleon fish is endangered. In fact, in the past 30 years, Napoleon fish populations have decreased by a whopping 50%. Huh, maybe that's why their lips are so expensive. Anyway, that's about it for today's lesson. Subscribe for more fish facts, and I'll see you next time.